Ready?
Right there.
Yep.
Yep.
Hello. Welcome to Quackalope.
Thank you for joining us. Today, we are going to be talking about adventure tactics because there's a brand new expansion coming to this base game. The base game here is going to be Domains and Towers, and
Tower.
Alchemy is going to be...
And this is Adventures in Alchemy.
Yeah, Adventures in Alchemy is going to be coming up next. Now, this is going to be a bit of a preview, a bit of a played at once, and I am here with Ricky, who is the proud owner of Board Game Co. Is that accurate?
No.
I mean, most of... her father does most of the stuff over on Board Game Co. with Alex. You're Alex's daughter. I, though, will give you, what do you think, 23% of the credit for the success over there?
Maybe a little less, because I haven't done... Because this is about, like, maybe my 20th video.
Okay.
Oh, 15th I've ever done.
So something along the lines, maybe 22%. We'll give you 22% of the credit over at Board Game Co. You attribute most of his success. So, Adventure Tactics. You've played this multiple times.
Yes, it's
You've
really
been
fun.
doing a campaign with your dad and your brothers.
Yes.
How many times have you played?
Okay, so we just did, I think, the 4th scenario. So
Okay.
I've done 3 scenarios because I took a break while the boys did their first scenario.
Okay.
The boys' first scenario was the one after the one I played.
Can you set up what this game is?
This game is sort of like a dungeon crawler, but not really.
Okay.
It is about there's a bunch of characters, and you have to do a bunch of scenarios, and you get stuff, level up, get more powerful, you face more powerful bad guys, and you are trying to beat everything.
Yeah, the main narrative or adventure of this game is going to be going through, I believe, a 35 scenario adventure book, where you're going to be taking your characters who start as average kind of class heroes.
Fighter, wizard, there is a guidebook.
There's a whole guidebook.
Cleric,
Rogue,
and archer.
So you're going to be taking them into these quests. You have a narrative adventure you're going to be going down from chapter to chapter with a little bit of choose your own adventure. Then you're going to have the dungeon crawl element of it, or the showdown element of it, where sometimes you're escaping from a horde of bad guys, sometimes you're fighting, trying to take out kind of the big boss, other times you're solving a puzzle. And as you accomplish these missions, you're going to be doing probably one of the most important elements of this game, which is gathering resources, updating your deck, and more importantly, leveling up. How does leveling up work in this?
In this game, there's 5 starter options, and after that, really, for all of these, the second thing you have to do is either become a new starter or get up or level 2, because nothing is just Rogue 1, Cleric 1, you get an idea?
Here, set it down so people can see. So if we set it down and open it up, so you're going to start with your generic ones, and then you were talking about leveling up to a Beastmaster. What's the pathway you'd go through to level up to a Beastmaster?
I would start, because you need a Fighter 1 and Archer 2. I would start with the Archer for multiple reasons. 1, because just to get higher Archer, I want to start with the thing you need to get more of. And 2, Archer's not a character that we started off with. So so I would do Fighter second, because we already started off with Fighter.
And so one of the coolest things about this game is going to be the way that you progress. Over the course of 2 or 3 missions as you're playing through the campaign, you can go from a average ranger to a samurai, a barbarian, a paladin,
a bishop,
a war mage, a dark knight,
a necromancer,
all the way up to like a mage blade, an engineer, a time mage. These are all probably going to be the main element of this game. Changing your character, getting new powers and abilities, unlocking special effects. Like, I saw your character over here be able to do the Consecrate Ground action.
Yes, which is damage all enemies and heal all heroes. White square, which means you roll 2 white dice.
You're going to roll
different types of dice.
You're going to roll dice to do damage, and you completely annihilated and healed the entire party at the same time.
Yeah. In Consecrate Ground, you'll see it has a range of 0.
If you're looking for the top camera, just set it right here, and the top camera will be able to see it.
And you're looking at, you heal all heroes. It has a range 0.
Yep.
But it has a area of effect 3, which means every single square of 3, like if I was here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3,
You're dealing damage.
a square of 3 everywhere around me, I would roll 2 dice. That's how much damage would happen to all the enemies around me, and that's how much healing would be to all the heroes around me. Well, unless that passes your maximum, then you just go back to go to maximum.
So you've played 4 times. I've played
3
once
times.
so far. What is you've played 3 times. What
That's
is
how you're
what is your opinion of this game? What do you like
I
about it first?
First of all, I love the art. Every single thing is cutesy except for the wraiths. Those are bad guys that aren't in this scenario.
Okay.
Everything is cute except for the wraiths.
That's fair. What else do you like?
I like how it's a child dungeon crawler.
Mm-hmm.
I like how you can change your characters and different scenarios and possibilities. And I also like how you don't just have to constantly play over and over a really hard round,
Sure.
and then never go back. And then, but you can just
You always progress, right?
Yeah, you always progress in some of them. You just progress, and then when you're done with all the scenarios, you can come back and redo it again once you've gotten a lot better.
Now,
And you can also cheat and use everything you've leveled up to since then.
what are you not sure about so far? Is there anything you don't enjoy?
The Wraith artwork. And how strong the
Specifically the Wraith artwork.
The Wraiths are so creepy.
So
And
a little bit
they're
of creepy artwork.
annoying.
So a combination of them being a little creepy and annoying.
I also don't like these.
Okay, what are those?
Firewall and Stonewall. To pass them, you have to lose 2 points of damage, and you can't even just go. Beep 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 bop bop. You can't even do that.
No, because it's too far to
If you
move.
can't do that, why can't you? No, you're not allowed to do that. It doesn't count.
Oh, you have to go through it?
Yes, it doesn't count. Why can't you just make a one that stretches the whole board then? And then just make it only count for one person. Have multiple different ones stretch the whole board with the name of a hero on it.
What else are your thoughts on this? What do you think people won't like about the game?
I think it's not really a good audience for all adults that like very, very serious dungeon crawlers.
Okay.
Like if you like dungeon
You've heard your
crawlers,
dad talk about that a little bit.
yes. If you like dungeon crawlers, but you like them having some like airy and funness to them, then that's gonna be a good game. But if you're just like hard, strict, then it probably won't be a very good game.
So if you want a punishing dungeon crawler that's always beating you up and making you sad,
Then it's not very good.
it's probably not good for you. But if you want something that's just fun, that gives you powers and abilities and allows you to hang out and have a good time,
Yeah.
there you are. So
And if
from
you
my
like-
impressions,
And if you like having fun little heroes and ideas.
I would totally agree with all of your compliments and criticisms. I think I don't think this is a overly aggressive or heavy dungeon crawler, although there is a lot that you are doing here, and there's a lot of ways that you can scale your characters. For me, the character progression and the way that you start leveling up and moving through the storyline is the coolest part. The fact that after a few scenarios, I feel like I've earned some of these special abilities that I'm using.
Yes.
That feels really good to be able to do something like your necromancer, or to be able to do something like your bishop's ability that wiped out things, to become a necromancer
so fun.
or to become a ninja and just be able to kind of maneuver and shift around the board depending on what you and your party need. I think this is a wonderful little accessible, family. I'd say family focused.
It's definitely a family game because there's 5 characters. Very average family amount is 5. It's cute, kid friendly while still being strict enough for adults.
Yeah, and
It's great for a family. Also, families often have very divided ideas. Like my mother likes nuns. My brother likes ninjas, wizards, necromancers. There's a bunch of different options according to
you can
your
kind of
taste.
become whatever character you want to be, right?
Yes.
The other thing that I'm excited about, and the reason why we're doing this preview, is going to be
super excited for
the Kickstarter preview. This is going to add, well, first off, a slew of new miniatures for all of the villains.
Bye, guys. Yes, I'm super glad for that. It's annoying to have these plastic standees because you don't get to decide what colors they are. Well, with miniatures, you can do anything you want. Like,
That's
I
true.
can make this rainbow.
You can customize it. That is
If
fair.
I want, I can make the back of the nun's little hood rainbow.
We're also going to be introducing another narrative element to it. We're going to be introducing events into our chip stack over there, which sets turn order,
like
sets initiative order. You're going to be adding effects and new chips into that stack that add a little bit more complexity and narrative to the actual puzzle on the table here. And along with that, probably most importantly, you're going to be adding a new class of characters. You're going to be adding the Alchemist, which is going to fit into our progression timeline. It's going to fit into our class guide. You're going to have a whole pile of new characters, new cards, and new ways to upgrade.
The Archer, this is the alchemy version of the Archer, alchemy version of the Fighter, bad guy.
Yep.
And this is the whole new character, good guy. I asked my dad because it's just so cute. I would feel really bad having to fight against it.
Is that who you're going to play as?
Yes.
Yeah, probably.
It's so
Seems
cute.
reasonable. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, seems entirely reasonable. This game, for final thoughts, first impressions.
Well, I have to show you what the initiative is.
Well, talk about the initiative track then.
The initiative track is a stack of these tokens, depending on what you are. I have to go through it and find the character. Oh, whatever. I'll just pretend it's there. Well, you randomly do like this.
And that's setting up who's going when in turn order, right?
Yes.
So your bad guys,
one of the
your
abilities
heroes.
for the rogue actually
Okay.
is he can move his up and down. But when if you become a ninja, you can move yours for the front spot or the bottom
So there's a
spot.
little bit of control to the randomness there,
Yes,
potentially.
because we played it the first time,
And then
then you happen to be the character that came out first. We used that ability.
And then the AI of your villains is going to be controlled by a deck of cards that's customized for each one of them. And then your actions, you're going to be able to play 2 cards from your hand to take your actions throughout the course of your turn.
And
So
there's a lot.
there are a ton of cards, and every time you upgrade, you get new abilities,
You just get to add them.
new
You don't
cards.
take out others. You just add them in.
Yep.
Well, it actually tells you to take out some. It's plus or minus.
And so a
But
little bit of deck building,
That's only specifically to which character you get.
or deck construction, I suppose.
So
either way, if you're looking for a family focused adventure game that gives you the opportunity to upgrade, scale, sort of invest in characters and storylines, if you want something that is full of powers and abilities, that is, you've had a great time playing it,
Yes,
right?
it's so
that
fun.
gives you a campaign that you can play
The
through
second
with your
level
family.
I played with freaks me out. It's the level that we failed. It was you have to protect a baby both times. The child bearer died. You lose the scenario if the child bearer gets knocked out.
Okay, that seems a little rough.
It's so hard. There are wraiths, and they respawn every time
That's
they
why
come
you-
in. They just go back to their spawn points.
I take it that's why you don't like the race.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
that
one
seems-
reason. Also they look like Dementors.
Seems reasonable.
If you know Harry Potter.
So, if this game seems interesting to you, I'd encourage you to swing over. Top link in the video description will have the Kickstarter with, the reprint of the base game, along with the new expansion, the new characters, the new modules.
Yes.
What do you, if you had to put this, on a rating?
Okay. What's the limit?
What are you thinking? What do you want the limit to be? It could be anything you want. 14?
No, like a reasonable thing, like 1 to 5,
23?
1 to 10. No, like normal.
What?
I think I want it to be 1 to 10 because I've always been
Okay.
to 1 to 5 if you changed it.
Well,
It
do
was
one
so
if
hard.
you like 1
Well,
to 10. Do
1 to 10. 1 to 10. I think it's an 8 out of 10 or
Ooh.
9 out of 10.
Okay, so
Yeah.
an 8 or 9 out of 10.
Yes.
Cool. We'll
What's yours
stand.
out of 10.
We'll stand by that. I'm going to join you with yours. So if we get quoted here, you can do Quackalope / Ricky, 8 out of 10. Sound good?
Yes.
All right. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this preview. If you want to see more of Ricky, you're going to be on the channel a little bit more.
Yes.
But primarily, you're over on Board Game Co's channel, which
Yes, I
I
am.
think in probably 10 years or so you're going to take over entirely.
When Alba retires from it, and if I have enough time,
Yeah. I mean, it sounds reasonable to me.
it might become the videos might become rarer.
No, you'll figure it out.
What if I have like 3 meetings a week? I'll probably only be able to get like 2 or 3 videos in every
Okay.
month.
That's reasonable. You're going to have to figure out how many meetings you want versus videos you're going to publish. What do you think? What do you want the balance
I'll
to be?
have to pick things.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
pretty hard.
That's true. Either way, you have time to figure that out.
Yes, I do. I have
But
many years.
You'll take it over sooner or later. Whatever the case, whatever you do, remember to do the important thing. Get out and play some games. We'll see you the next time. All right. Thank you.